Alrighty, hello every folks, and welcome to something a bit unusual. So, yeah, FTL. I freaking love FTL, but yeah, today is going to be a little bit of more of an announcement kind of thing, because I'm actually going to be more or less out of commission for the next few weeks. To make a long story short, I basically need surgery on my hand. I have a carpal tunnel that's progressively gotten worse over the last, month and a half here, something like that. Long story short, well, apparently starting the whole process in like a week here. But yeah, gonna be out of commission for a little while. Can't really even use that hand too much right now, so funnily enough, trying to do this left-handed. So yeah, this is gonna, if I can do anything, I will, but more than likely, yeah, I'm still getting used to doing everything left-handed right now. Still a little funky. Figure this was an interesting way to test it, so don't be too surprised if we don't see much for a little bit. But yeah, been wanting to do some FTL for the longest time. Figure this one could be done this way. If you've never tried FTL, long story short, I'm sure you've probably tried Oregon Trail or something like that before. It's basically like that in space, and it's also Star Trek and things like that. Now this is the Arsenal Plus mod for it. Essentially, it takes everything way beyond 11 to, I don't know, 50 or so. Essentially, you still have all the original stuff. Like, there's a few mods out there that go and do a bunch of different stuff. I'd say Arsenal Plus was the best, but a lot of the world didn't actually get it for quite a while, because there was no English version. It started off as a Russian mod. And so that's actually over here. This Arsenal Plus originally was this Baymath guy, and then the English version was made by this Easy Money guy, which, funnily enough, this is free, so no easy money for you. Anywho, yeah, there's all kinds of ship packs that come with it if you want to have different ships. For any unfamiliar with this game, essentially what this consists of, you've got a bunch of your characters that you start with, you get more as you go on. You can think of all of these as different, slots for a board game or something like that. And yeah, you have your people, you go on, you're trying to escape a giant fleet of ships, more or less, to go deliver a message. Except then you get to the very end and they're like, oh no, thanks for delivering the message, now go turn around and fight that fleet for us. So, yeah, hell of a lot of ships to go through. Actually, funnily enough, my favorite one ended up getting improved pretty drastically in this one, to the point that it's... you know what? I'll share right here. This was my best run with it, calling it the Cosmic Rage in that one. The Stealth Sea is just a ship that's so crappy that it fails in every possible capacity. So yeah, you basically get a better version of it in this one. Actually, I forget how they improved it. I remember that I looked at it and was like, well, this isn't bad at absolutely literally everything. I don't know why I'd ever want to use it. Because, I like using my sucky ships. They have a lot of new cool designs and everything. It's like, for example, in this one, it's got breach mines, so it's going to go and send out little things that attach to ships and blow holes in their hull so that the units inside can't breathe. And by the way, oxygen, fires, everything else, you got a whole bunch of stuff going on in this one. Directional scanners, that just basically gives you a view of a single room, and then a scatter thing, which is basically, yeah, like a little shotgun thing, I believe. Or a little machine gun shooter thingy? I forget, it's one of those. Still not terribly amazing, but still, it's something. This one here, original Stealth B, was actually supposed to be the Normandy from Mass Effect. This is the same basic idea. You got a big old laser gun, you got some improved systems and stuff like that. The thing's pretty fast, it hits real hard, but it doesn't take as long to charge up. And you got your basic stealthy ship type thing here. So we're just going to go for a random one. The Rust, I like the Rust. This one's just pure DPS. We're going to call it the Flamefly, I suppose. Ow. I've been working on this whole thing of trying to mostly use the left hand, then trying to use my index finger for typing, which feels really weird. So, new adventures and stuff like that. So, got slug people, basically that's going to give them some improved senses over what's in other ships, and they can't be mind-controlled, so that's pretty neato. And then, yeah, you can customize stuff about them. Let's see. I think there was one with sunglasses, we're going to need one of those. Yeah, there we go. We'll have Evan here at the helm. Alright. We need one that's kind of bluish here. Actually, you know what? Everyone's gonna have sunglasses. I feel like... I feel like Evan would want to look... Or, I feel like Vale would want to look like Lizard Man, so... Here's gonna be Mr. Vale. And then... Suppose we'll have rakes on this last slot. But yeah. I just figured this looks so much like his portrait picture. Go on hard mode, because why not? And let's go get this thing started. Yes. It's like it says, carrying vital information to the remaining fleet and need supplies for your journey. So yeah, every jump consumes 1 fuel. That's kind of the basic economy of this thing. It's starting off here. This is why I was saying you could play it one-handed. Go turn off the clone bay. That'll essentially do its job passively. We don't really have to worry about it too much. If you charge it up, it'll bring your units back to life, but it'll heal them a little bit with every jump. Basic idea of the systems here: 4 main currencies are up here. Scrap is your money. Fuel is the amount of jumps you can do. Sometimes it's used as a currency. Missiles is your ability to use things like bombs, mines, and missiles. They typically are a bit stronger, but again, consume that. And then drone parts are for using drones. Both of these have ways to be used without actually consuming that. This one's all about DPS here, essentially a flak cannon that's going to hit three rooms. We'll get into fights later. And then the ability to fire several times. This one's essentially like a friggin' broadside or rusty boat thing. And general idea is you've got different kinds of sensors that are available on different ships. It'll give you a general idea of what you're jumping into. The plan is to eventually get over here. So you want to kind of chart out your way to have enough jumps to have options if there's a fight you don't want to take. But then at the same time, you want to try and take as many of them as possible. Jumping into an empty spot is just a waste of time. Alright, as it flies over as soon as you arrive, you're prepared to fight, but they just inform you that they're out of FTL fuel and can't jump. Let's give them some gas. Usually being nice nets you some stuff. Take some scrap. That was a very bad deal. They gave us $9 for essentially a quarter of our gas tank. Well, whoops. Let's see. You find a space station set up for travelers. Browsing through its listings, you find a tavern full of mercenaries for hire. You look for potential crew members, and we don't hire anyone because we are broke. Also, since it's hard mode, everything will be more expensive. We'll get less income. You upgrade your ship as time goes on as well. But yeah. See, like right here, this one's pretty well set up for DPS. I'm pretty sure we'd be able to disable some systems. So probably just going to go looking for it. So you jump into a shield of debris. It appears to have had a battle recently, and the losers seem to be a civilian ship. A message was left on a repeat, and it was destroyed. Rebels attacking, please send aid. The responsible level, rebels are likely still nearby. After too much time spent searching, you're finally able to track them down. You get into the fight, pondering just how much of a head start you've lost on the rebel fleet. It's fine, because we've kind of had space to get going. And yeah, so they're gonna jump a bit farther for one jump. In these kinds of situations, this will vary based off your systems. This one's on the very lowest engines, so probably if I'd had engines, like, let's say, upgraded to 3 or so, there would have been the option to go and search around a little faster, or maybe if I had advanced sensors, they might have an easier time finding it that way. And, okay. So go ahead and pause it real quick. So I'm going to let all these charge up, actually. See where they're landing that. Right, that looks like it's just putting breaches. Alright, so they've got some breaching missiles of some description. We haven't taken any actual damage yet. We just have a hole in an empty room right now. And weapons got screwed, which is entirely my fault, to be fair. Alright, let's figure out how to do this. Alright, so basically the idea is lasers will hit first, the flak will hit second. So what we realistically want to do is fire that here, so that all of it lands at around the same time. Take a few things off of them. Currently the third weapon is getting patched up. Oof. Okay. Still only 3 damage though, and it seems like this thing's hull is repairing itself. So that's all well and good. Fire that. Pause it again. This is why if you ever see a no pause challenge, this is why. Because generally speaking, you want to do this kind of stuff. And you can set them on auto fire if you want. For this kind of ship, it actually does make a whole lot of sense. In this case, however, they're kind of in a position where they're a little jacked up, so it would make sense to keep the pressure on. Now, their weapons are completely out of commission. If you're wondering about the health on these things, it's basically whatever amount of upgrades you've spent on that particular system, that's how many hits it can take. So we've just lost our air, and we've just won the fight, so we'll just go ahead and pop these two over here. And there we go. Oh, hang on one quick second. Alrighty, and back. Sorry about that. So, you may notice, there's actually different music. For anyone that's played the original, never played this version, yeah, there is new music. There's new everything, in fact. So, a whole bunch of cool stuff there. Okay, everyone's gonna go back. And also, if you're wondering, yes, you can turn the air off. You can turn all of your systems off. You have pretty complete control. As far as upgrade costs go, for the sake of kind of explaining all that, like right now I'm actually just going to go for engines. It is a relatively cheap upgrade. Many of them actually start with this already, rather than this final laser. We have the option to potentially dodge some stuff. We can actually turn off air in order to be able to fight a little better. As you can see, they've got quite the advantage here on that jump. If we jump here, they're already going to be within range. Or actually, that's going to be their next jump. So, realistically, let's see. If we want to maximize our jumps, we'd probably want to go here, here, here. Because, when we get to the store, unless we get something to sell if we're in the first sector, it's not really going to give us very much. Alright, let's see. Near the next beacon, you find a small Federation orbital trade station. At the entrance, you meet a stranger in a dark cloak. They open it right in front of your crew, and a crewman backs away in fright. Underneath the cloak, you see some pictures of unusual and rare weaponry. The person explains to you that they've been looking for so-called prototypes for a long time and are ready to pay well for a detailed inspection. So you tell them you don't have any such weapons and just go to the trade platform, rudely refused by showering them with vulgar language. Yeah, we don't really have anything like that. So presumably that would have been a event of some description. Let's see, increase fire chance of one weapon by 40%. Interesting. So yeah, they actually included some things that are sector-specific. And also you can buy things like artillery beams, which some of the ships start with. It's it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. There's so much stuff added in Arsenal Plus. Actually, a lot of these customization options are part of that as well. It's pretty neat. In fact, since we're still in the first sector, we've got cheap repairs, so we might as well take advantage of that real quick. And yeah, sorry for the janky mouse movement. You know why. Now, there's a chance... Ooh, I just noticed I spelled Rake's name wrong. Right. There's an automated ship. You know what? They're gonna hit us anyway. That's more than likely. Went for the center, I might just shut off weapons. Oh no, they went for doors. It's funny how often the AI will just go for doors. Yeah, more than likely in this case we'd want to focus on their weapons. Just because they've got one thing that can temporarily shut them down. Essentially, lasers and other projectiles will temporarily shut down a weapon. Meanwhile, give that a quick sec. Meanwhile, all your other stuff, like your beams and stuff like that, would actually need to penetrate a shield in order to have any effect whatsoever. So in this case, since he only has one opportunity to actually remove it, he can fire everything on in there, get all of his weapons down, enough time to just get on by here. Pretty simple. Oh, dang, one sec. Okie doke, and back. Go figure. Started this right as all the interruptions were coming in. Will I remember to edit that out? That's the question, isn't it? Alright. We're just going to go ahead and go for all of it right away. As far as how all the different systems function here, essentially shields will block things, engines will try to dodge things. Like you see on our top left, we have dodge chance of 15%. Everything is, as far as I'm aware, going in with a 100% chance to hit unless something affects it. So there's that. Investigate. Ooh, and we get a light stun drone. Okay, so that'll do, because I don't really plan to use the stun drones. Can probably sell that for a pretty penny. It looks pretty shiny. I don't actually know a lot of the economy behind some of these new Arsenal Plus type things, because there's not too many things I've actually seen in it. Yes, definitely sell that for 40. Sounds like a good deal to me. Light laser. Solely designed hurt enemy crews. Spreads out its damage over multiple shots. Alright, so it's 3 shots. This will be a massive, massive advantage, actually. So we'll go ahead and buy that. Again, it seems like a strange choice at the moment. However, we're actually going to replace the rusty laser with that. And in fact, we won't even really need to replace it, per se. To kind of better explain what's going on here, if you can take out a crew, you basically can salvage their ship for more. Sometimes you'll get additional drops and things like that. So in that case, it's only attacking the crew instead of actually hitting the ship there. So if their weapons and things can be taken out, well, that's a good prize. Alright. I have no idea what this friggin' shuriken-looking thing is, and they've shut down weapons. Okay. That's a massive problem, actually. What's something even doing? Oh, it's a mine launcher. Okay. Well, it apparently dodged. Alright. So they're about to go launch the hacking thing again. So what we're gonna want to do... Actually, we want to make sure that as many shots as possible hit, so we're going to fire that there. And we're going to fire this one here. And now that that's down, we're going to go ahead and hit this here. So it's going to get shut down. They're also temporarily disabled to some degree. They're still charging, unfortunately, and yeah, we're not going to get a second barrage off. So we're probably just going to have to run. Well, that sucks. This is going great right away, as you can tell. Just go jump straight for the exit here. Yeah. Sector 1 basically got nothing. Alright. There's another scout. This is fine because we'll automatically get the chance to escape. They shut down that. Looks like this is doing system damage exclusively. Yeah. So that thing's pretty strong. But they've only got missiles otherwise. Alright, so all we need to do is disable that then. Thankfully the AI is not particularly smart about picking where they want to fire, so you can do some fun stuff with that. Alright. So clone bay's down, engines are down. Well, engines are damaged, they're not completely down. Go repair the clone bay just in case. Alright, thankfully all of those things are patching themselves up. Get the rusty laser into their drone bay to get that thing shut down. I'd probably go after their pilot next. Yeah, I don't think we're making it out of it anyway, or getting them out of it anyway. Right, we need to shut that down. crap, just. Yeah, like I said, the mod's pretty brutal. We just keep barely scraping by here, and yeah, they will absolutely ruin your day. Every encounter. I've had a few cases where I've gotten to 8 in this mod, but yeah, no, it's way more brutal than the original. And the original did have its brutal moments, for sure. But I suppose it's somewhat realistic in that regard. Because yes, you do have about 3 times more health than anything else, even in this mod. But bear in mind, you're getting into dozens and dozens of fights. Meanwhile, they only have to win 1, so there's that. So yeah, Sector 2. To explain this whole situation, you can basically chart your way through. More or less what it boils down to is, if you've got a bunch of sensors, you can go for the purple ones. You can usually get a bunch of stuff for free. The green ones are going to be your safer approach, but your overall consumable rewards are way lower. The red ones are higher rewards, but you're going to be fighting constantly. So there's that. Alright. And there we go. So you can basically dismantle your own hull, get some money out of it. 5 seems like 10 is a really good deal, though. I love that as a mechanic. You can literally damage your own ship for cash, because you have systems that can automatically repair it. That's so cool. And yes, that guy's taking damage. It's fine. It's fine. Evan doesn't need to breathe. So as soon as he's got piloting back online... God, it feels so weird to drag everything that way. Now, main reason I did that... We're in Sector 2. We need some freaking shields, or at least the option to have them. And then, in fact, we're probably going to sacrifice that to get this second layer right away. This seems like I'm overreacting, but it really is a situation that's that dire. In fact, the last ship they have to get to and beat basically has every weapon and every system on it at once. Alright, so we've got Fire Beam, we've got an anti-missile thing. That's probably going to take out the flak. So we're going to go ahead and shut that off, turn the laser on. Because the laser won't be blocked. And it looks like a beam of some kind. So we're basically completely fine. He can't actually damage us in any way. So what we want to do is go after crew here. Because basically shields will completely protect from lasers as long as they beat that potential piercing rating. And let's do a quick test here to see if this actually does damage to them. It seems to get through just fine. Let's see if it actually does. Because that's both good weapon practice and everything else if that's the case. Funnily enough, it is actually getting somewhat shot down. That's fine, only 2 of the 3 shots can arrive. Don't know how much damage it's doing, but they don't have a med bay, so they can't heal. And yeah, you can blow away their oxygen system. Actually, there was a particularly funny thing that Slug Scouts in the original game would do this thing where like they would essentially have a separated oxygen room that they can't actually access. So if you damage that room, they'd have no possible way to fix it. It was kind of hilarious, actually. Alright, so yeah, this is definitely working. How much does this pierce? Just 1 or something, I assume? Shield piercing 2. Oh wow, that's fantastic, actually. I can't believe I haven't been firing it this whole time. Okay, never mind. This is perfect. The cool thing is, if you do something like this, you can eventually just put like a tiny little peck on them with the laser. And eventually they'll just start trying to jump because they're panicking, thinking like, oh man, we got all these weapons, but oh crap, our crew's dying, we need to leave, and then, yeah. If somebody, I believe somebody actually did make a mod that made the AI, instead of randomly picking rooms, that they actually picked efficient attacks and things like that. But even then, it was a case where you'd think it would be worse, because technically it would be, but then they also would change their mind and, for example, like, say you made them prioritize weapons, shields, drones, whatever in that order, then people would just go for boarding. and then it's just like just boarding all the time. So as much as the random room selection seems like it's a design flaw, I'd say it makes the game a lot more interesting. Because, funnily enough, the AI does a better job of sometimes acting in complete chaos than it would if it was selectively doing stuff. And just because there's so many options. Because if you told them to target borders, then suddenly they would be targeting weapons. If you told them to target shields, suddenly people would be going for evasion. If you told them to target like the pilot and the engines, then they'd just go for shields. It's just, there's really, even if they stacked all of it in different priority, there would still be a way for somebody to cheese it. Plus, the random just feels better. See, no more life signs on the ship, you take out all the materials that look useful, and yeah, we got a little bit more, got some gas out of it. Not ideal, but it's workable. So that was a very lucky spot, and that does not happen very often. Weapon just floating in space. Phase ion. Oh, dude. Ion, you say? How much does that take? Only 2? What? Oh crap, you're going on there. So, basically, Ion is like it'll just disable a room, and it'll shut it down for a little while. On top of, just go ahead and jump to a repair station. Nice, perfect timing on that. The prices. Ooh. Oh my. Yes, that's pretty snazzy. So, what was I trying to say? So yeah, like with Ion there, for example, it only takes 2. This one here will fire 1 shot. It'll get through shields entirely. It'll hit a shield. It'll disable the shield. Usually, let's see, how much charge time does it take? 10 seconds. So the second one will be able to go and disable a different room, stun whoever's in it, keep that locked down. So essentially, you target weapons. This will break the shield. Eventually, it'll shut down weapons or drones or whatever else entirely. Meanwhile, the light laser just completely dismantles stuff. It's fun. It's fun like that. So I'll do that. Or you can... I had one build a while ago where I just went to the stores and bought a bunch of Ion stuff, and just basically kept targeting stuff in the oxygen until it was gone. It's downright despicable, but really fun build. Alright. Let's see if we can get up to 45 here. Anything neat? Not really. As good as this repair gel is, I kind of want to get rid of it. So, let's see, 6 is gone there. Take 1. Regular rusty thing, I think, is gone. Rusty flak would be usable later, but that is a pretty penny. So basically, we're left with 3 direct fire lasers instead of a scatter. So get one of those. Get one of those. And we're left with this kind of situation. Alright, sounds good. Now that I'm looking at it, there was really no reason to sell just that much. Ah, whatever. Go for the cheap repairs anyway. This is why I love this game. There's a lot to think about. There's a lot of ways you can go about it. Yes, it's functionally like random event after random event, but it does it right. Oh hell, I don't even know if the recording is about to go haywire, because the thing in the background just turned black. Welp. Seems like even that's gonna go haywire today. Why not? Certainly is that kind of day. What can I say? Right. Funnily enough, if you can launch Ion out of Clone Bay, it'll just delete whatever they're trying to revive. Let's see. I wouldn't say our odds are fantastic, but the redirecting power gives us a little bit more time to deal with stuff. Oof, okay, yeah, I don't know why they decided to shut off power for that. Now, we're actually going to shut off their oxygen. Alright. Funnily enough, this is a really good weapon practice, too. Now, I can hear a little crackling of fire here. I don't see any of these rooms being on fire just yet, but we're gonna vent the rooms to be safe. Okay, there we go. Another one got deleted. They're still on fire. That's fine. Alright, I think some of them might be taken out entirely now. Because that guy keeps trying to apparently man their oxygen system for some reason. Alright, let's redirect that here. And there we go. How we stripped in the middle of a friggin' firestorm is anyone's guess. I'm gonna give that just a second until it starts beeping. 3, 2, and there we go. Give it about 3 seconds, you can jump out of there before the fire hits. In here, and there it goes. Alright, they're gonna try to board us. Let's see, we're probably gonna want this one here. Or maybe even here. So they've got a med bay, they don't have a clone bay. They're gonna do all of that business a little better. Yeah, we can get rid of engines entirely, get the 2-shot laser, take this out, just kind of fire them at will. Alright, you're gonna go over here, because they're gonna board us in a sec. We really should get upgraded doors at some point. Alright, you're gonna go there. This feels so weird. This feels so weird right now. Okay, sir, I told you to go over here. Don't know what you're doing. So that'll disable that. We're gonna get hit in the engines, but again, that's fine. They're gonna sit around trying to get into rooms that they can't actually get into. That guy's gonna slowly run out of air. Honestly, that's fine. Alright, they've got 2 guys in the med bay. Probably need to up our evasion situation here. Now we're gonna just have to aim for the med bay, I guess. They sent their engineer over. Doesn't even make sense to try and fight that guy, or try to suffocate that guy. Alright, hull's not looking so good, but this is still winnable. Alright, you're gonna go here, get the shield repaired, because we're completely out of it right now. Weapons are gonna stay disabled. We're gonna disable that one. Actually, no, this is the one I meant to disable. Although, I guess it makes more sense. The amount of health remaining on the ship doesn't actually matter that much. It's just like, as long as you beat the units inside more than you do the ship. As long as it isn't exploded, you're all good. There we go. It doesn't feel like that was a particularly great prize, but okay. Just go ahead and get everybody over here to repair this. I don't think it's even... Yeah, we're 1 shy of being able to even afford a door upgrade, which would really solve a lot of issues. Like, once you get the door upgrade, it takes them that much longer to get through. Right now, they're basically just freely openable doors. Doesn't seem like much, but if you staff somebody in the door room, causes them to lock the doors up, which will then allow you to potentially last a little bit longer. Just, little things. Not little things. Alright, I think we'll take this one first. I probably should do Distress Store. This might potentially be a fight, it might just be something free. Right, they turn attack, they got missiles, they got heavy laser. Shoot. Alright, best option. My laser there. Ion on weapons. Which kind do they have? I think that's just a regular hull laser. I'm temporarily gonna go ahead and shut off oxygen to have higher evasion. Because I don't know exactly what that's gonna do. Yeah, that ion thing's actually way better than I thought. Because it doesn't just take one. In the original, it was basically whatever damage it did. If it hit a shield first, it dissipated all of its damage. And this one seems to be that it just basically shoots through however many shields are there and just gets the one in the back. It might just be because it's the advanced variant, but yeah, it never used to do that. So, should be free, all things considered. Oh, crap. Please don't. Alright. Screw it. Actually, surprisingly, yeah, this guy's all decked out for only hull damage. Not that that's a good thing. But it's a lot more winnable. And as you saw, the speed of this thing went up a little bit. It's not to the level of having an automated reloader yet. That's something that we'll maybe be able to afford to pick up later. They're typically 120 unless you get it for free. But basically it just means you shoot 25% faster, but they get 10% faster with every level that they get. They can get 2 levels. And so there we go. This one's pretty much unlocked. See, what I like about this one is, it's got all kinds of different metas going on for different situations, but you can never quite control how everything's going to go. And there's plenty of situations where you have some particular strategy that's working really well, and then right at the very beginning you get just, shot, that weapon gets blown off. And so you're left trying to scramble to figure out what your backup plan is. It's so good. Or you may just run into a random event that leaves you in some weird situation. Alright. Give them 20. Give a heavy anti-drone. Okay. I don't know what good that's gonna do, but we got it. Start off with a fix. Burst, scatter, flak cannon, fires a blast debris in a wide area, doing up to 6 damage. That is frickin' OP. Spur with taking down shields, but hard to aim, and can only do hull damage. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's kind of OP, but kind of really handy. I don't even have a drone base, so just sell this. I guess just get as much repair as possible. Because there's no way in hell we're building up to 85. Yeah, going on into Sector 3. Sweet. Alright. So this is what... Okay. This is what happens when RNG does not go your way. We went to go refuel, and our system kind of exploded. Why can't we open these doors exactly? Thank you. So yeah, No. I know I'm being bad at the controls right now. But yeah, there we go. The gas station exploded when we tried to refuel, which is not great because now we're left in a position where we basically have to win a fight in order to get some gas in order to be able to continue anywhere. So generally speaking, you want to avoid the situation at all costs. I was really hoping that, that it was just going to be, you know, you just got a little bit of gas. It wasn't very much. It was the safe option. Should have gone for the risky one, apparently. So there's no really right or wrong answers. Everything has a different chance to succeed, and based on the condition of your ship, your crew, and whatever else, all kinds of different stuff can happen. We're just going to turn the distress beacon on, because we're screwed one way or another. Turns out to be an automated scout. Immediately reverses thrust after scanning your ship. Rude. Alright, well, we don't need that. Turn that off. Turn that on. Just got lasers, so we don't have to worry about evasion. Oh, it doesn't even... Wow. This is free. This is weirdly free. So now we just sit back and win. Actually, I don't know what that giant railgun looking thing is. Okay, some kind of rapid fire laser. Good to know. But yeah, no, a lot of times the scouts will automatically run away or something like that, which it probably would have tried to do after taking some damage, but right now its piloting is offline. It can't move. It's fine. It's perfectly fine. Doesn't even have a shield for some reason. As many of the scouts don't, because they're cheap and mass-produced. Yeah. Something, something, lore. I mean, I'd say this is... It's one of these builds that I really like, where it's just like, it's a bunch of cheap garbage that we're running, but you know what? It works. It does the job. Turn that off, turn this on. Probably need some of these engine type things to be able to move. Allegedly. Alright, we'll go to the nice peaceful spot. But yeah, no, the hostile ones, especially the rebel-controlled ones and things like that, you run into some pretty nuts stuff sometimes. Like in one case, you can literally just find half the last boss laying around. And it's just basically the remnants of the last boss from a previous attempt or something. They have some in-lore explanation for it, but I forget what it is. Alright. So this is one of those ones that wants to run away. Looks like it's running full lasers. It's also got mind control, unfortunately. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and disable shields entirely. We're gonna have to just deal with whatever hits come. Put that there. Put that there. That's not ideal. Alright, now we can put this one here. The automated stuff is pretty slow to react. Or pretty slow to repair and stuff like that. Alright, they're damaged, but that's fine. Alright, and now we can go there. Stop busting holes in my space boat, please. A little bit surprised. Oh, I know why they're not using mind control. I don't even know why I went to disable that. Oof. Also, unfortunate last shot there. We're completely out of commission for several seconds. Bad timing on that. I can almost move again. Alright, you shields, you guns, you. This. Not that that last part matters, because any hit whatsoever will finish it off, but, you know. That's what'll happen sometimes. That's why Ion is scary. And it's gone. We've only got one jump left. Does it drop any fuel? Yes. Okay. I don't really want to dedicate anybody to repairing that hole, so screw it. Sometimes having a little just fancy hole off to the side of the ship is handy. Alright, now is it 20 or 25? I don't remember for the doors. Doors are 45, okay. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. I suppose it makes sense. It's one of the better upgrades, and yeah. In the mod, they seem to have realized that. So these little purple areas, if you jump to them, it can be potentially a really bad location, but it'll also give you more jumps. So, kind of need that right now, because stuff's just gonna get harder and harder. Light Chain Vulcan, nice. What's the deal there? Is it like a 2-power by chance? 3-power, Gatling variant of the light laser, decreasing cold. Oh my goodness, that's really good. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you go up here. I have no idea how we're gonna power that, but that's amazing. In fact, I think we're gonna buy a ship upgrade, because that is brilliantly amazing. Yes, we have almost nothing left, resource or anything else-wise, but we'll figure it out. Alright, free stuff and a boarding party. This actually isn't as bad as it looks. And as stupid as this is going to seem, 2 units, particularly these ones, are going to go hold up in the door room. Everyone else is going to suffocate. They're going to try to send 1 unit in. We lost one, but that's fine. We have a clone bay. And now they're low enough health that we can just close all the doors. And it's perfectly fine. When in doubt, just suffocate your own crew. The weird stuff in FTL. Unfortunately, took a little bit of damage there because they wound up damaging the weapons. Not a great time there. I mean, it was mostly free at least. Well, not completely free. They end up losing a lot of their skills and things like that, but whatever. Better than being dead, because as you've seen, you don't necessarily get them back that quickly. Like, some runs you'll be absolutely swimming in units, other times you just can't get anyone to join you. Kind of how that goes. Alright, everybody go back to your posts. And away we go. 0 chance to win, but dang it, we're gonna try. This is such a janky build right now. Alright. Looks like they're running full lasers, same thing as before. Power up this. Power up this. Fire everything at every 1. They can't exactly power up a means to escape if you do that. Oh, they've got super shields too. I don't know how super shields function versus this thing. It might just bounce off entirely. No, it just goes straight through it. Okay, cool. Oh, dude, that's really good. Yeah, it's just pecking away at him. And they've got no way to heal it, so... I mean, it's working so far. I'm feeling like we should probably take 1 and put it over here somewhere. Interestingly, they've just opted to not put anyone in that room for the moment. I know our super shield will do it. Yeah, it's not. Alright, we're actually gonna have to shut this one off. So you do that. Until the clone bay goes away. This is super weird. They're literally just, they're just holding off forever. 2-2. I think it takes 3 shots to finish off a unit. Yeah, they're slowly but surely eventually getting a shot through. This might actually be the end. Though I'm not sure what this Pierce chance situation is. I mean, it... They lost some fuel cells. Yeah, I think we can still win it. That's super weird. That's probably why they're abandoning these rooms, actually. And yeah, they charge you just by being in the room. Oh, come on. Alright, we're just gonna keep doing this until they can get something through. It seems like there's actually just a massive lack of oxygen in the entire place. Huh. Actually, you know what? Why am I... We don't need to be doing this rusty laser nonsense. We need to be doing ion. Turn this off, turn ion on. Oh, we can't. Never mind, just... Huh. How do? Suppose if there's enough holes punched in everything. Because the problem is this this rusty laser is really slow to charge up, so it's having a hard time getting through. And shields are on fire. You know what? You need to go over here, fix this mess. I can barely aim at anything. And that's that. Well, I probably should have just taken the gas and left. But yeah, anyway, so that's, I mean, that's Arsenal Plus. You get the general idea. It's... Honestly, this is one of those ones I want to cover a lot more. I've been wanting to cover it a lot more for a while. But yeah, no, it's an amazing mod of an already amazing game. Honestly, I would recommend any version of it that you run into. Even the jankiest mods out there are still super playable. But yeah, so yeah, as far as any future runs and whatever else, we'll see how long everything ends up taking. It's just, yeah, I can't really do stuff particularly well with a messed up hand. So that's that. Hope you guys have a good one. Take care, and I guess I'm off to do some reading. Take care.